Yay, we're live. Hello, hello.
Hey everyone. We always do that, don't we? We're sitting here ready to go, and then it's like, okay, who's going to say something?
It's so exciting. It's exciting every time we go live.
I know it is. It's always a lot of fun. Hey, y'all, Dorsey Lynn here, and I joined by my amazing friend, and thankfully, the woman that's hung around and said yes, she would jump into this crazy wild journey with me to finally creating the Healthy, Happy, Fun Life Network and Academy. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about that. And Jody, go ahead. Before I just go wild, Jody, say hi.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. So glad to be here today with you, Dorsey, talking all about having that healthy, happy, fun life because it's not all about adulting and seriousness and responsibility all the time. There needs to be space for playfulness and fun and pleasure and making life enjoyable.
Absolutely. And, I do want to say, I think I said it before. I want to remind everyone that we're not about toxic positivity and being delusional. However, there is enough crazy and chaos and confusion in the world, and wanted to create some clarity and some space. And like Jody loves to say, I always love this how you say, I'm going to create space, or I need some space,
Spaciousness.
spaciousness.
That's my word. Yes, it's a Jodyism. I
Yeah.
create spaciousness in my schedule,
I
spaciousness
love
in my time and in my life. Yes.
I absolutely love that. And we need that. I talk a lot about the power of a pause, pausing when you're talking instead of just talk, 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 pausing in your breath to like take a deep breath, just pausing in life. And spaciousness adds to that. And I like to say that I'm creating the healthy, happy, fun corner of the internet because there's, Lord knows, let's face it, any app you join or you hop on, there is enough to doom scroll for days. And I'm like you. I think I'm like you, Jody. I do watch people to see what they're doing, what they're reacting to, how they're reacting. And if you're out somewhere and you watch someone scrolling, a lot of times when you see them laughing, and if you can see what they're looking at, it's something that, evokes a positive memory, or something cute, like they really enjoy kitties or puppies, or if you enjoy or have kids. Not everyone enjoys kids, let's just be honest. If it's like a little baby laughing, there's nothing better than something like that. Yet we do that a fraction of the time, and the rest of the time we are doom scrolling, and then that creates such a negative feedback loop that we don't realize we're stuck in.
Yeah.
you know
It does. Absolutely. And the busyness of life, right, in our society, it's all about go, 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 do, be productive. And if we take time to rest or take care of ourselves, then often we're either judged on the outside or we judge ourselves on the inside for
Mhm.
being selfish or lazy, which is my least favorite four-letter word, by the way. So it
Yes.
barely comes out of my mouth. We're lucky it came out today. Because whenever I hear a friend or a client call themselves things like that, it just is like nails on a chalkboard to me because like why be so harsh on yourself when we
Yeah.
deserve to take some time for ourselves. And it's so important if you do have kids or anyone else that's important to you in your life to model that for them, to give each other
Absolutely.
permission
Yeah.
to take care of ourselves and know that it's not selfish and it's not lazy. It's
Yeah.
necessary.
Yes. And honestly, the worst thing you could tell not only yourself, but someone that you really love is that they are lazy. And that, if someone tells you that, I'm telling you right now, that's a reflection of them. That's not a reflection of you. Okay. And they are mirroring that, they're projecting that on you. And then, of course, then we start to take that on. And that's one of the things inside the membership that we do talk about are these mindset shifts and these old trauma bonds and beliefs that we took on from someone else that are not ours, but then we made them ours. And a lot of times, again, I'm going to say this a lot, you can Google a lot of this. What you cannot Google is the way that Jody and I can help you transition and navigate through this. And we need people, I don't care who you are, even some of the most famous people on the planet have mentors and guides to go through whatever it is that they're going through. A lot of them, the higher up they go, the more guides and mentors that they have for different aspects of life, because we're always going to face something, but it's time to not face it on your own anymore and actually join a community that is like-minded and can really truly help you move the needle. And what we wanted to talk about briefly is one of the things that I have been guilty of a lot is procrastination.
Yes. And again, the self-judgment over procrastination is huge. I see it all the time. And it's so important to really look at what is behind it, right? What is that root? What's below the surface when we're looking at procrastination? And that, no, that does not mean that you're lazy. That does not mean you're a bad person. That doesn't mean everybody else has it together and you're the only one who doesn't. None of those things that we often tell ourselves are true.
Absolutely. But if you look at, again, social media, who's going to post all of the nitty gritty? Very few people are absolutely honest on social media. They will post the nicer pictures, or I love the get ready with me. Isn't it this beautiful bathroom or house or whatever? But they don't show you all the chaos before they got ready. You know what I mean? Before the getting ready, before the getting ready, you don't see all of that. And procrastination a lot of times are trauma responses, and it's also our own protection and personal punishment, because we think, here we go, that we need to stop shoulding on ourselves. I should be XYZ. I should have ABC kind of thing. And you know what, Jody? I'm not living your life and you're not living my life. And sometimes, I have to take a pause, and we need to be okay with realizing procrastination for a period of time is okay, and a lot of times necessary for healing or reflection or whatever the case may be. Now, if you get stuck in it and you can't get out, then that's where we can definitely come in and guide you and assist you. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not lazy. You probably just have things running that we can help address and quickly figure out so that you can start moving the needle to get into that tomorrow. Because today's whole message is, your tomorrow is calling. You need to answer the phone.
Yes, absolutely. And we don't have to be the way we've been in the past. And often we keep telling ourselves and labeling ourselves, right, with this identity of procrastination, for example. And that's really telling your subconscious that that's just who you are and it's not changing. And we don't have to stay stuck. We don't have to stay there. And like you said, it can come from different places that may have been protective for us. It could be something that was a coping strategy that was really supportive and protective, but maybe it doesn't serve you anymore. Or maybe it's just that particular situation triggers something and it brings up some feels. And so let's look at what's going to be a great way for you to break through that. I've seen so many different root causes when we're talking about procrastination. And one of them is having so many, what I like to call tolerations in your life, just like the bug list. All those little things that every time you walk by them, they bug you and you think about them and then your mind all the time. And there's so many often that it gets overwhelming and you just shut down. So for example, if that's what's going on for you, we can help you with that. We can help you to work through that, eliminate those tolerations, and clear the clutter from your mind and clear the clutter from your life. And that's just one of the things that we teach about in the membership. And so, we have a lot to share, from our own experience, personally, professionally, that we're really excited to, tell you, hey, we're human too. We've been there, we've done that, and let's move through it together and let's figure out what's going to work best for you.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to say who. I'm going to share a quick experience and simple little things like movement, and procrastination a lot of times is you're getting stuck and you're sitting in something. And so simply getting up and moving the energy, like physically go to a different room, go work out, go walk, go do something different, because it's a pattern interrupt and it will completely shift your energy. And I was working out with someone, a really good friend, and sometimes we don't even acknowledge, or we're not aware of what we're holding in, that is creating these loops, these procrastination moments that become days and weeks and months and unfortunately years. And we were working out for no reason, Jody. And this is how emotions get stored and hormones get stored. And then for whatever reason, because they need to be released. And Jody and I are really good at creating safe environments, no matter where we are, what we're doing, how we're working with you or assisting. We are working out, and all of a sudden this friend just started to cry for no reason. And she was just like, I don't know what's going on, I don't know why. And some people would literally be like, oh my gosh, they would have freaked out and not be aware of how to handle something like that. And we just talked her through. And I literally said, if you need to cry, you just cry. I'd rather you get it out. And then
Yes.
after that, yes, just that release. And it's little things like that that you don't always give yourself permission to do and to release. And so having someone that can recognize that and say, there's nothing wrong with you. It's a release. It's things that need to happen, things that need to move, are so pivotal, because then you get through that and all these little steps like that build. And that's what we're going to be doing a lot of in the membership each month, is giving you different tools and resources that build upon what we've done, that you might not know how they connect and how they're beneficial, yet all of a sudden down the road you're going to realize, I'm not having this reaction, I'm not getting triggered, I'm not having this anxiety moment. Oh my gosh, that procrastination monster is not knocking at the door as often, but that's just a physical example of what we hold on to and how it can be so detrimental, keeping us in that state of fear, frustration, anxiety, and there's nothing wrong with you, friends. You're not broken. You just have a few things that are spinning that aren't beneficial to you. And when you're in the middle of it, you can't always see it. You need someone else to help address that for you.
Yes, I call that being in the snow globe of your life. Because think about that, right? The little snow globe with the blizzard. You shake it up, there's a little blizzard in there, and you're right in the middle of it. And it's so hard to see from the outside. Exactly, when you are in the middle of your own life. And so getting that outside support and accountability, and people who can hold that container with you and for you, is so key. And you deserve it. You, again, are not anything that you may tell yourself if you are reaching out for that support, that community. That is the way we are designed to move and heal in the world, is in this community. And so Dorsey and I are so thrilled to be really offering this space to be able to find your best life in a healthy, happy, and fun way, whatever that looks like to you. And that, I think, is the beauty of it, is we're going to be sharing those tips and those tools and those strategies and techniques that Dorsey was talking about that are going to build on each other. And we're also going to teach you how to create your own toolbox and create your own mix, so you have your own flair and your own flavor in your life.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you said that as we wrap up, because Jody did put me on a time limit, because y'all know I can go forever. I'm glad you said that, though, because, a lot of times if you join a group or a program, or you hop into a course or a mentorship or whatever, a lot of times you're following someone else's plan and you're trying to fit yourself in it. And we wanted to do this. Everything that I do, I want to focus on, how do you receive information? How do you process information? How are you going to implement it? So yes, you will hear strategies and tools, resources, all that, obviously, yet we're going to make sure that we assist you in setting it up to how you live your life to make it the best that you can possibly have, because you deserve it, especially as we get older. We forget to give ourselves permission to finally live a healthy, happy, fun life on our terms. What it looks like for me, not what my life looks like according to Jody, or Jody's life looks like according to Dorsey, because that's not going to happen. I'm telling you, Jody would be exhausted.
I
She'd
love
be like,
that. What are we doing? Yeah, exactly. We're all so unique and individual and different. And
yeah,
we celebrate that and we embrace that in the membership. So
yeah.
below this video on the screen is the link to join as a founding member. I'm so excited to open this up to all the founding members of the Happy, Healthy, Fun Life Network membership. And so, Dorsey, is there anything else you'd like to share about that before we close out?
No, I mean, well, obviously, yes, there's a lot I can say, although I'm limited to time today. So I'm going to honor that and just say this is your personal invitation. We invite you, check out the link. If you feel aligned, hop on in, and if it doesn't feel like it's something for you right now, that's okay. Do us a favor. You probably have someone in your life that could use this. Share it with them so that they can take a look at it as well. And so just hop on in, because why, Jody? Your tomorrow is calling, and we don't want you to get to tomorrow and look back on what was your today, which is now your past, with the coulda, woulda, shouldas and the regret. It's time to quit that. That's a bad habit. So let's go ahead and start creating that tomorrow with steps today.
Yes, absolutely agree. Thank you so much for having this conversation with me, Dorsey. It's a pleasure as always. And thank you everyone for watching. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to either one of us. And you click on that link, you'll be able to learn all about the membership. So have a beautiful, wonderful, happy, healthy, and fun rest of your day. And we will see y'all soon.
All right, bye for now.
Bye for now.